This is 6 News Now, sponsored by the University of Michigan.
Closer to home, Winterfest made its return to Lansing this weekend with ice sculptures and games all around the downtown district. 6 News reporter Josh Sanchez caught up with the organizers of this year's festivities to find out how they prepared for the event's second year. Josh?
Sarah, the executive director of Downtown Lansing Inc., says that last year's Winterfest unexpectedly had a huge turnout, so this year they are prepared to go even bigger with more fun, food, and festivities.
Last year's Winterfest was our first year, so we learned some lessons for sure. It was 50 and sunny, and today we have true winter weather.
Ice sculptures along the Grand River and a real-life Hungry Hungry Hippo game on the City Hall ice rink. Hundreds of people attended today's Winterfest, an event turning downtown Lansing into a winter playland. Among the crowd were several downtown businesses and a few familiar 6 News faces. Some guests even came from around the state to take in the fun.
We thought, well, you know, it's a Saturday. Why not make the drive, make a day out of it? Struggled a little bit in the mid-rounds, right? It took us a while to figure out the right strategy, but I think we're feeling confident going further into the playoffs. We'll make a deep run, I think.
Along the riverfront, visitors were greeted with stands from different area businesses, and a market showcased all the city has to offer. Even those used to warmer temperatures took part in the fun, like a mom who recently moved back to Lansing after spending several years in California.
I love California, so coming back to Michigan, it's a transition for the winter, but I'm telling you, just getting out and just enjoying the element, whether I'm in California or Michigan, is enjoying every portion of the elements.
From outdoor games to food stands, she says she enjoyed seeing the community come together to play games while also supporting small businesses.
We're getting our exercise in. We came down here especially for the Smoothie Queen, so we're down here to see her today. And it's just great just seeing everyone out having a good time.
Now looking ahead into the summer, organizers with Downtown Lansing Inc. say that there are plans to take advantage of the warmer weather with large outdoor events along the riverfront and downtown blocks.
Well, it's actually a pretty nice day for us here in mid-Michigan. We did see a couple rounds of snow flurries in the early morning hours of the day today, but they didn't really amount to much in terms of accumulation. Trace amounts, if even that, were reported in the mid-Michigan area. Since those moved out of the area, we were dealing with mostly sunny conditions across the board for our region, but temperatures, well, they didn't really rise all that much throughout the day. At the Capitol, we only reached a high of 31 degrees for the day today. Current temperatures sitting at 29 degrees, but maximum winds of 22 miles per hour thus far. Kind of a very shaky view over in Grand Ledge right now, and you could definitely feel it throughout the day with wind gusts of up to 27 miles per hour reported. So even though we achieved a high of 30 degrees for the day, it didn't really feel like that, unfortunately. In downtown Hillsdale, beautiful picture of the sunset here. 28 degrees for our current temperature. This morning's low down to 15 degrees in the area due to those snow showers that we actually saw in the early morning hours of the day. Again, really didn't amount to much. Precipitation totals just at 1/100th of an inch. In Jackson, another beautiful view as always. 28 degrees for our current temperature reading here. Highs of only 29 degrees for the day today. Maximum winds of 30 miles per hour. It's another similar situation over in St. John's. 28 degrees here. This morning's low 19 degrees. That's what we started out with. There's still a little bit of a wind chill in most mid-Michigan locations. Feeling like 17 degrees here in Lansing. 14 degrees the current feels like temperature over in Ionia. Feeling like 18 degrees in Hillsdale and over in Marshall this evening. Satellite and radar fairly quiet for us in mid-Michigan. We have a lovely, beautiful high-pressure system sitting just off to our west, meaning we have no major systems looking to enter into the region for the next couple of days, actually. We're just going to dodge in and out between a couple of cloud covers as we move throughout the next couple of days. The possibility for maybe an isolated snow shower in the very early morning hours of the day on Sunday, but for the most part, most of us should remain dry. We'll put this into play here, but you can see even as we progress throughout the beginning of the work week here, we only only increase the cloud cover just a little bit. So thankfully, no major chances for precipitation. As we head throughout the overnight hours tonight, becoming mostly clear in terms of cloud cover. Overnight lows down to 23 degrees in the region, but when we factor in those winds anywhere between 10 to 20 miles per hour in gusts, possibly hitting that 25-mile-per-hour mark, feels like temperatures will be down near 14 degrees for our region. So if you do have any nighttime plans, as always, make sure that you are bundled up. Tomorrow, however, going to be an even better day than what we saw today. Partly cloudy skies move back into the region. High temperatures of 35 degrees are expected, which is right around average for what we should expect this time of year. Your 6-day forecast shows quiet weather moving in. We're just dodging in and out between partly cloudy to mostly cloudy conditions for the next couple of days. We're not looking at any major temperature swings for this week. We're still stuck in those 30-degree temperatures, but next week we have some good news. We are back to the 40 degrees. Downside is we do have a couple of rain showers that we have to deal with and a possible wintry mix for next week Tuesday, but of course still a little bit of a ways out, but we'll continue to keep you updated as they move closer into the area.
I'm just happy no snow this week.
No snow. I mean, it doesn't even look like there's snow on the models. I hate to jinx it, but right now we can cross our fingers and you can put those snow shovels away for a while.
I am so happy to hear that because I had enough.
Yes.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kendall.
Introducing our new redesigned 6 News mobile app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video, and a red light alert badge notifies you when we're streaming. Download or update our new local news app today. 6 News, here for you.
I'm Siobhan Klipfer, and if you're looking for a different kind of lunch break, check out the Daily Digital Debrief every weekday here for you at 12:30 on WLNS.com and on the 6 News app. It's a little bit of news, a little bit of weather, and a little bit extra. We'll see you.
Growing fears the conflict in Ukraine will lead to another refugee crisis in Europe. The UN estimates more than 100,000 people have left their homes already, and many will try to find safety across Ukraine's borders. CBS's Riley Carlson is here for you with the latest on the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine.
With lines of cars stretching for miles, many Ukrainians are fleeing Russia's invasion on foot instead, carrying bags, wheeling suitcases, shepherding their children. Mariana's husband stayed behind. All men must fight for the country, she says, for peace, to prevent attacks, for everything to be all right. Ukraine has restricted border access for men aged 18 to 60 in case they're needed to fight. Nearly 11,000 people have already crossed into Romania. Thousands more have gone to Poland and to Hungary.
I have a 5-year-old kid, and I have also my sister who has 2 kids, so we are really scared and don't know what will happen here.
UN agencies say if the conflict drags on, as many as 5 million could flee.
There are no winners in war, but countless lives will be torn apart.
They're trying to get away from scenes like this. Damaged homes and subway stations turned into bomb shelters. A few, like veteran Dmytro Dovzhenko, are crossing the other way, re-enlisting in the Ukrainian military. I hope I will be back, he says, and I hope Russia will be destroyed. But for those driven from their homes, no one knows how long they'll be away or what they'll come back to. Riley Carlson, CBS News, London.
Introducing our new redesigned 6 News mobile app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video, and a red light alert badge notifies you when we're streaming. Download or update our new local news app today. 6 News, here for you. This is the 6 Sports Desk.
The intensity of today's Michigan State men's basketball game against the 4th-ranked Purdue Boilermakers was boiling over the edge of the Breslin Center as the Spartans have been in a February funk, losing 5 of their last 6 games, knowing they needed a big win against one of the last few Big Ten teams in the regular season schedule in order to save their seats at the big dance. Let's get ready to rumble. Tom Izzo in for a fight against Matt Painter's big men who have set the example for Big Ten toughness this season. We jump to the second half. MSU led by as many as 11 points, but Purdue's Zach Edey at 7'4" is just too much to handle as he gets 2 of his career-high 25 points, making it a 3-point game. MSU answering with a pick and roll as Max Christie finds Marcus Bingham Jr. for the one-handed slam, taking back some of the momentum. And with less than a minute to play, Jaden Ivey drops it off to Travion Williams, who gets his own rebound and drops it in to tie it at 65 with 30 seconds left. Tom Izzo called a timeout to set up this play. Walker with Williams on him. 3 seconds to shoot. Game winner, Tyson Walker. The knockout punch to upset the 4th-ranked team in the nation as the Spartans win it 68-65. So, Coach, what was that last play called for the last play?
We wanted the ball in his hands because we thought he could get a shot. And but in all honesty, I thought they might switch out. And so we had Joey popping, we had Malik rolling up. It was 3 options on the play. And when he came off, he was open enough, and give him credit, he knocked it down.
That's just something like you dream about when I'm in my backyard at home, just practicing my moves, counting down in my head, and that's just how it felt. It was just routine.
I told him to take us home. Flat out, just told him to take us home. I believe in him, so I trusted him. I knew he was gonna get it done, and he came through like he did.
This is 6 News Now. We will begin in 60 seconds. Six News Now will begin in 30 seconds. This is 6 News Now, sponsored by the University of Michigan, Flint.